learning stopped feeling like a syllabus and it started feeling more like exploration for you?
So mainly when I began enjoying the subjects, when I began enjoying my learning, it felt like I was actually exploring the environment. It felt like I don't know, it felt like I was actually enjoying whatever I was doing. Like basically, mostly generation I grew up in, right? We have an instinct to ask questions. When a teacher asks something, we want to prove them wrong. We want to ask why this is happening. We want to ask what proof do you have. I get up, I'm at the match point, then I choke, I miss the shot, and I lose the entire match based off that one point because my previous performance in the points was affecting my next point. So what I did was I was basically letting every past performance, every bad performance I had, make me think I won't be able to hit this next shot and make me doubt myself. I'd say have to make a real world impact today or tomorrow. People think, oh my god, why would I wait 20 years for this to actually happen? So I don't think cool tech will properly impact the future. And as the generation that actually controls the future is ours, right? For me, I'm a very adventurous person that loves to go out in nature. Every month or two, I go to Lonavala, I go on hikes. I love trees, I love water, everything about nature. So I believe it makes me think peacefully. I want to resolve every matter I have. I want to envision the world in a way that shows me that it can be peaceful.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Soul Velocity. And we are doing the special series of Voices of Change. Some voices of change don't come from decades of experience, they come from depth of curiosity, the courage to explore, and the willingness to think differently early in life. Today on Soul Velocity, I am in conversation with Reyansh, a student innovator whose journey blends science, sports, leadership, technology, and a deep respect for the world we live in. So, this conversation isn't about achievements alone, it's about how curiosity can become a compass in life. So, Reyansh, first of all, thank you for being here. For I know you are currently doing a lot of things, and with your schedules that are being tight, uh, and your focus being academics as well, getting out this time and doing it in between of your classes. So thank you for that. Uh, let's jump right into the conversation if you're ready. All right. So, Riyansh, before Olympiads, awards, global programs, what were you curious about as a child?
So like when I was say 7 or 8 years old, my main passion, like even then, it's remained the same. It's just the ocean. Like that one aspect of nature has always fascinated me the most. It's been the most wonderful period of my life, learning about the ocean and till now.
Mm-hmm. So now that's what do you say? I think that's where the sports and everything comes in, and we'll go to that in just a bit. But uh, being at the age that you are, and we all go through these kind of forced environments where you have to learn something. It's a subject not of your interest, but you got to do it because you got to do it. So, was there a moment when learning stopped feeling like a syllabus and it started feeling more like exploration for you?
So mainly when I began enjoying the subjects, when I began enjoying my learning, it felt like I was actually exploring the environment. It felt like I don't know, it felt like I was actually enjoying whatever I was doing. It didn't feel like it was completely forced on a teacher. It didn't feel like a strain when I had to go home and do my homework. It actually felt fun.
Interesting. And I'm pretty sure maybe your mom has probably said that, sometimes, or even our generation, when we talk about, we really admire you guys because you have the ability to ask questions. Okay, for us, asking questions feels heavy. When somebody says any questions, we're like, no, 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 all is clear. I don't ask questions. We don't have any doubts. So, who or what has encouraged you to not just keep looking for solutions or answers, but actually go ahead and ask questions instead?
It's been a basically combined effort. My family is there, my peers are there. Like basically, mostly generation I grew up in, right? We have an instinct to ask questions. When a teacher asks something, we want to prove them wrong. We want to ask why this is happening. We want to ask what proof do you have, and that mostly has influenced me to begin asking questions.
Interesting. Uh, Riyansh, again, you have completed or competed in tennis leagues. You're trained in taekwondo. You have been a lead model in UN delegations too. So while I know that there is not a lot of experience when it comes to like decades or so on, but you do have at such young age varied experiences. So what did these experiences teach you beyond rankings, winnings, and so on?
I would say it helped me in basically everything I do. It taught me how to be cool in certain situations. Some aspects of tennis taught me what to do in life. Go strategic, decide what move you have to play. When I'm faced with a decision, I go back to whatever I've done. I think about what I've done. I think about have I ever faced this choice before. I think about what I did. And I think about the impact it will have. Like basically all the things I've done, tennis, taekwondo, model United Nations, they've all taught me to look at the outcome of a choice. So every time before I make a choice, I think about what might happen once I make it.
Mm-hmm. But then, so again, you are continually showing up, whether it is sports, which does have competition kind of as a part of it, when we're talking about tennis, or whether we are talking even at, schools and colleges, there is still that ranking that matters, uh, that competitive nature is kind of expected out of us. Okay. So, how do you think that competition and discipline, okay, shapes the way you think and make decisions today?
So when I'm at an event, there's always the urge thinking I want to be first, I want to be the best in this situation, right? But I always seem to remember that no matter what, never let go of your discipline. Never cheat, never say something unsportsmanlike. Always be within your bounds. So I think for my decisions, competition shaped it in a healthy way. It didn't take too much from me. It didn't demand a lot. It was there as sort of added factor to help me develop.
Perfect. And I know you must have heard it too that you should just count how many times you showed up rather than wins versus failures. And while it sounds easy, we know that success comes after multiple failures. We know that not every time I would end up winning. So for you, was there a loss or a setback or a tough moment that you can share with us today that taught you more than a win will ever teach you?
So as of right now, I'd say there's been a streak of tournaments I played a few years ago where I didn't do the best, but it was extremely frustrating, right? I get up, I'm at the match point, then I choke, I miss the shot, and I lose the entire match based off that 1 point because my previous performance in the points was affecting my next point. So what I did was I was basically letting every past performance, every bad performance I had make me think I won't be able to hit this next shot and make me doubt myself. They basically held me back over like I think 5 or 6 tournaments that I played, and it basically taught me that no matter what, don't let the past affect you. And now I've gotten past that. I hope at least, and I'm actually learning from it.
I love the way you're sharing it, and as you said, there's always that scope of learning, and I think life will keep hitting in different ways. And will there be a perfect way of knowing if I have made it happen? Is not an answer that we're looking for, but definitely, am I able to handle it? And I think you have shown that with your courage and the way you keep showing up with different things that you're doing. And interestingly, one of my favorite topics is AI, robotics, and you have explored robotics, AI, engineering, designing, innovation at even universities like Northwestern, plus Plux. What excites you like most about technology right now?
So right now, mostly about technology, the thing that excites me the most is probably its unpredictability. You can't tell which way it's gonna go. You can't tell how the world's developing right now. Because of AI, we're moving very, very fast, like an unprecedented scale. And now it's just extremely exciting and entertaining also to just watch it play out. Because
Hmm.
currently there is no significant role one can play at least my age in shaping the new technology, right? So right now, I think the main thing I can just do, or like anybody else can, is just watch and learn.
Interesting. It is running actually fast, and it does give a feeling of missing out as well if you're not keeping yourself up to the mark when it comes to, not up to the mark, but at least stay updated. Okay, you feel left behind if you're not updated with the latest changes and shifts, and it is running fast. But I do wonder, when you guys think about future, okay, how do you decide what kind of problems are worth solving?
So from my perspective, actually, I look at the world and I see a lot of problems. I see political problems with what Trump's doing right now. He's trying to buy Greenland. I see natural problems with what's happening to the ocean, and I believe every problem that can significantly impact our future, that can actually shape the world, is a problem worth solving.
Hmm.
So
Interesting.
right now, I think Trump has decided to back down, saying that he will not use force, and I think that's a great step in the right direction.
I love that you guys are very updated. Like, trust me, when we were learning, and I know that you probably have heard it a zillion times, but when we were learning, these things were an extra effort for us to learn. And with so much knowledge, Riyansh, and do you ever feel too overwhelmed that all of this is available? Do you find it challenging to navigate, or do you feel absolutely comfortable with it? There is a huge amount of knowledge which is just getting uploaded every second. So how do you guys handle that?
So for my age group, I think we have an I'd say a fast brain. We move very, very quickly from one thing to the other. Maybe just like our low attention spans, but we move very, very quickly. So like it's I don't know what we do. We process half of one bit of information and just skip straight to the next one. And I think that doesn't let us read too much in depth, but it lets us process large amounts of data all over the internet, or at least learn it.
Do you feel young innovators today like you carry a responsibility beyond just building cool tech?
I think we do, yeah. The thing with cool tech is, to be classified as cool, I'd say have to make a real world impact today or tomorrow. People think, oh my god, why would I wait 20 years for this to actually happen? So I don't think cool tech will properly impact the future. And as the generation that actually controls the future is ours, right? We have It's our world. So I think we have a huge role to play. And I don't think cool tech helps out much. I think it's more long term.
I love the vision you have. And again, what excites me, Ryanch, in having the conversation today is uh, it's not very easy to find individuals who kind of pan out in different areas of life. Okay, like for example, somebody who's an athlete and loves doing physical exercises and so on may or may not be a very techie person to understand the technology. And then of course, the diversification of intellectual people, where we say that when people are using a lot of their brains, they're not kind of deep diving into enjoying the life and that. But when it comes to you, you have entered into every zone. So, as you spoke very rightly about AI technology and how it is moving, or whether we're talking about competitions and academics, and again, you're also an open water diver, okay, which is such a contrast to screen systems, moving away from tech to enjoy, because to get there and to be there, as you said, what excites you is oceans. So, what does the ocean teach you that classrooms don't?
So, like, just a slight correction to make. now I recently, like it's a month or two ago, no, yeah, a month ago, I for Christmas break I went to the Andamans and I got myself the advanced certification, just like a small correction. And the ocean, I would say, it teaches me to always bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever looked at the beach and seen the waves? No matter how far the waves fall back, they always come back right up, right? So it taught me to put everything I have into that one effort and never fall back. So even if I do like a small fall, I always get back up, right? No matter what. I'd say that's one of the most important lessons the ocean has taught me. And
And
also how to be calm.
interesting. And congratulations on the certification too. But okay, let's expand this a little bit more. How has your connection with nature influenced with the way you think about now climate, conservation, technology?
So for me, I'm a very adventurous person that loves to go out in nature. Every month or two, I go to Lonavala, I go on hikes. I love trees, I love water, everything about nature. So I believe it makes me think peacefully. I want to resolve every matter I have. I want to envision the world in a way that shows me that it can be peaceful. Every thought I have will always be influenced by nature because since I'm this influ- this I'm since I'm this absorbed by it, everything that I want to do is looking out for nature. I wanted to be present when I grow up.
Hmm. So if technology and nature would work together, had to work together, what role do you think your generation plays here?
I think our generation is definitely a very, very smart generation. I believe we could invent something or make something. I think ideas already been presented. I think we could improve upon those ideas. Say some coral restoration project occurs. You plant corals in the ocean, right? We can make a better decision by using better methods, using more advanced methods to improve the health of coral even further. So right now we're doing a little bit, right, to help the oceans, to help the trees. But our generation, I believe, can help it at an exponential rate, much, much larger than what we're doing right now.
Most students generally feel pressure to follow a fixed path. Okay. And that's again because there is so much out there and you guys are ready to explore. So what would you say to someone your age who feels kind of boxed in expectations?
So there was a time where I'd say a year ago where I had my sights set on one thing, aside from the ocean, which I always know I want to be with. It was business. I wanted to go up. I wanted to start my own startup. I want to make millions, right? So I felt boxed. I felt that I had no other choice other than to go into business. But then I went and I began trying, literally trying everything I could. Every event I saw on a WhatsApp group, every sport, every new sport I found, I began playing it. I began going for the event. I began showing up. And that really helped me develop my interests. I got into Model United Nations just a year ago. I started playing pickleball and paddle just a year ago, right after this. I began trying all these new things, one after the other, and that really started getting me into it.
Interesting. So not about the future, not someday in the future, but what does success mean to you right now? Like today, how would you define success?
So, as of right now, as an individual, I define success as the ability, no, the completion of somebody's lifelong goals. So, say my lifelong goals would be, I'll say, to make money, support whatever family I will have, and improve upon the plan, make a mark, right? So, once I have done all that, once I have provided for my family, once I have made my own businesses, I do really like that. Once I have achieved everything I wanted to, I would call that succeeding.
I love how you know what you want and you can voice it out too. And you do have a voice which kind of has an impact. So, what kind of impact are you hoping, your ideas, your voice creates?
I'm right now hoping that my voice will inspire somebody. It will tell somebody, go wake up, do something good, or make a difference. I believe that whatever I do can actually create a real world impact right now.
Amazing. I know you're too young for me to ask you this, but I'm still curious because you are moving fast. So, is there any one belief about learning which you had earlier, but you had to unlearn it or disregard it? It wasn't true for you.
So earlier, I used to be in the ICSE board, right? I switched from ICSE to IG, and in the ICSE board, we have one belief: ratta or rote learn everything, every little detail, every little fact. You had to rote learn it and write it on an exam, and that got you the marks. But what did you actually learn? You learn one Mauryan Empire topic, and you forget about it the day after the exam. What impact does that really make? So that's the belief. You don't have to rote learn everything. Just understand the topic. You won't get the best marks, but it will give you the best experience possible and the most usage of it later life.
Amazing. Is there any one question that you hope I will never stop asking?
For me, I'd say the one question I would never stop asking is why. I always ask about why something happens. I always ask about something. I always ask about why somebody did something, right? If look, when Trump is making these actions, when making these accusations, when he's saying, "I want Greenland, give it to me," earlier decided to pay for it. Now and then after that, he wanted it for free. I asked myself, why would somebody want this, right? So I keep asking myself the question. I keep asking others the question. Why does this happen? Because I'd say it's part of my blood. In my generation, all we do is be curious. We ask questions, and I'd say that's what we're built to do.
Absolutely. Riyansh, before I move to the last question for today and before we close this segment, is there anything that you would like to say to our audience, to the listeners?
I would say, like based on what has happened in this interview, I would say there are two things. Firstly, never stop questioning. I would say no matter what, never stop yourself from asking that question. Always go for it. Never feel underconfident. Never feel that no, I can't do this. Never feel that no, they'll contradict me. Always go for it. And secondly, it's three words: make a mark. I want, at least my belief is that everybody should go out after having created their impact on the planet, after having created their impact on the world. Like, I believe that everybody should be remembered in some way or the other.
Love it. You are creating a legacy knowingly, unknowingly, Reyansh, and that is so amazing to know and kind of a relief to know that the next generation actually does know what they really want and they are ready to do what it takes as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing that. One last question before we close, and that is me being curious. What are you currently curious about that feels important for you to explore next?
So currently, I'm looking to focus towards my studies. Like, I feel that doing all this stuff has also made me neglect my studies a little bit, and I plan to focus on while still exploring outside ventures, like going for more tournaments, going for more experiences. I plan to go for some more tech camps. I want to do everything I can while primarily focusing on my studies.
Amazing. Thank you. And everything that you have said, Riyansh, is such an inspiration. And I'm hoping that the listeners and people who are watching this, you have a lot of takeaways too. I do definitely have a takeaway, and that is never stop asking questions because curiosity is the key. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Riyansh, for reminding us that change doesn't have to wait for age. It responds to awareness, curiosity, and courage. And your journey is a beautiful reminder that learning becomes powerful when it's lived, not just studied. And you did speak about that as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. And thank you, guys. And that was Reyansh for you. And I will see you in the next episode. Until then, please remember we all are born abundant. All we need to do is claim that abundance by taking one step at a time. So I hope you have taken that step today. And if you haven't, the day is not over yet. Take care, guys.